Hello, entrepreneurs. Is there something to learn from terrorists? With all due respect, first place, I never say that terrorism is good or promote terrorism. No, not at all. So I really condemn the actions done by terrorists, and it's not good for anybody. But what I'm talking about is the person behind the terror. As a human being, suppose I'm a terrorist. Terrorism is for him, technically, if you say, it's a profession. But the way the profession is, he participated in his profession is something very different. Because that profession, the end goal of that profession is linked with a story. So this particular video is about understanding how story works in our mind when there is a right goal set for us to achieve. So let's look at this way. Let's take this as an example of terrorists, how it works for them. The person who want to spread terror across the globe, that person has this clarity that using this person I want to achieve certain goals. So what he does is, he never say you will be killing some people or you will be doing harm to the world. He will create a story around it, and the story of jihadi going to heaven, all these stories he sell to that from the small age. Not necessarily every time small age. Sometimes there are terrorists who become terrorists after a certain age. What fascinates them? As a human being, there is something that fascinates us. There is something which we really like. But the question is, are we ready to kill somebody to achieve that goal? When I say kill somebody, don't take the literal words. What I mean by kill somebody is, can you go to any extent to achieve what you want? That's a kind of passion, that's kind of dedication these people have. So when you are setting a goal, when you are saying, I want to have something in my life, are you backing up that goal with any story? Just see what is that story that you can tell yourself to achieve that goal. There is one interesting thing about goal. Goal is not about how big or small. There is no right or wrong. Your brain doesn't understand negative and positive. It doesn't understand. It understands the emotion. But whether the emotion is negative or positive, your brain cannot make a difference. It just understands the depth of the emotion. So the thing is, when you are setting that goal and when you back it with a story that is very deep inside you, so the story that you tell to yourself every day about that goal is what makes that goal possible. So it's very important for you to think your goal as something that you need to achieve with a bigger purpose. When we develop a brand, what happens? If you want to achieve certain goals for your business, you need to back it up with why. WHY. Why you want to achieve that goal? That why is that story that you tell yourself. And it's so strong. Emotionally, it's so strong that it drives you every day. That gives you a reason to wake up every day. That gives you a reason to follow certain habits every day. That gives you a reason to take that step, to compromise on a lot of things but still focus on your goal. That's how this story works. So it's very important to understand your life and see what's happening around. Let me give this example where if you are suppose into a restaurant business, a huge restaurant business, and there is something that inside you says feeding people is good, and you suppose there is some person who have seen a poverty from very, like literally lived that life of poverty, and he wants to start up a restaurant so that he can actually feed people. So how he will think about a restaurant? So he will think of a restaurant in such a way that he will make sure anybody and everybody would fulfill their needs of the stomach. In the process, if he attach that is a logical process of creating certain benefits out of it, because he is adding value. So now you need to add it as with the professional touch, where you saying I need to take certain profit out of this. So your professional approach is there, but the main focus, professional approach is given because you are an entrepreneur. Now, having that professional approach, if you have a bigger purpose in mind of feeding people, then the drive you will get to go back to your restaurant and serving people will be much more intensive. So what I'm saying here, whenever you are setting a goal, whenever you're thinking of becoming a brand, so it's very important to connect your product, your service with a goal. That goal should be backed up with such a story for which you want to wake up every day and want to take certain actions. In other words, you're ready to take anybody's life, or you are ready to die. That kind of emotion you need to connect with that. When you are able to do that, believe me, any goal is not that far. It's very close. Think about your story. Think about what is the area that you want to bring in the change. Think in the higher cause. Think of the higher purpose that you want to achieve. And believe me, your goal will be just next door. Thank you.